Good evening, East Alabama. Welcome into the locker room on this Thursday afternoon. My name is Namath Pitts. I hope you've all had a great week so far. We look forward to continuing that great week tonight on the locker room. Hey, I want to go ahead and remind you to hit that like and follow button on our East Alabama Now page so that you don't miss the locker room. We're here Monday through Friday at 5 p.m. Also, our East Alabama Now news is tonight at 6:30 p.m. Mike Stedham and Katie Edwards have your local news. John Holder has your local weather. And John Holder also has your sports tonight. But Jordan Smith will be back tomorrow with sports on EAN News. Hey, we got our school spirit competition. Ohatchee and, of course, Cleveland County are now in that school spirit competition. Oxford, Alexandria, Spring Garden have already been in the school spirit competition. So if you're a local community member and you want to support one of those schools, then all you got to do is simply go find an original video of them on our page, hit the like button, share it, follow our page, and you'll be, of course, putting in your vote for the school spirit competition. Also, if your school's not in that school spirit competition, it's not too late to submit a video to get them in the school spirit competition. So we want to, of course, encourage everybody to do that right here on our East Alabama Now page. All right, we start our show with our EAN scoreboard. We don't typically have the EAN scoreboard on Thursday because typically there isn't any action on Wednesday. But last night, we did have some action, and we do have the recap. Let's go to our EAN scoreboard. Let's start with the Alexandria Valley Cubs, who defeated Jacksonville in 2 sets. Alexandria defeated Jacksonville 25-23 in the first set and 27-25 in the second set. Whitney Welch's team gets the win over Coach Russell and the Jacksonville Golden Eagles in 2 sets. Also last night, Alexandria got an area win over White Plains in 4 sets as they defeated the Wildcats in 4 sets. Alexandria won the first set 25-20. They lost the second set 13-25, won the third set 25-17, and won the fourth set 25-21. Overall yesterday for Alexandria, McKinley Cooper had 10 kills, 2 digs, 2 blocks, and 2 aces. Aaron Spradley had 26 kills, 8 digs, 5 aces. Cassidy Hartsfield had 14 kills, 1 assist, 5 digs, and 3 aces. Caden Pritchett had 9 kills, 1 assist, 2 digs, 2 blocks, and 1 ace. Landry Patterson had 1 assist, 11 digs, and 5 aces. Shelby Morris had 6 digs and 1 ace. Charlie Paris had 1 assist, 15 digs, 1 ace. Sophie Martin had 2 kills, 62 assists, 6 digs, 1 block, 4 aces. And Callie Hess had 13 kills and 6 digs as Alexandria got the win over White Plains in 4 sets. White Plains and Jacksonville went head-to-head yesterday. It would be Amber Russell's team that got the win. Although they fell to Alexandria, they bounced back by defeating White Plains in 2 sets. Jacksonville won the first set 25-16, the second set 25-21. Sydney Soriano had 4 kills, 34 assists, 2 blocks, 1 dig. Cameron Strong had 2 aces, 13 kills, 4 blocks, 5 digs. Maya Swain had 3 aces, 11 kills, 4 blocks. Nyla Holt had 4 aces, 11 kills, 1 block, 1 dig. Chloe Henderson had 1 ace, 10 digs. Alexis Phillips had 8 kills, 3 blocks, 4 digs. And Reese Rollins had 3 kills and 1 dig. As ultimately, Jacksonville did get the win over White Plains. So our EAN scoreboard, Jacksonville victorious over White Plains, Alexandria victorious over White Plains, and Alexandria victorious over Jacksonville. All right, so that is all of our EAN scoreboard action from today. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead. Last night, the Calhoun County Volleyball Tournament seedings were dropped, so we're going to go ahead and take a look at the seeds. Then in our next segment, we're going to break down each individual matchup. I'm going to show you some individual brackets I made for the tournament. And then in our final segment today, we're going to take a look at the ASWA sports rankings. So let's go ahead and take a look at how the seedings ended up being for the Calhoun County Volleyball Tournament. And here they are. The number 1 seed for the Calhoun County Volleyball Tournament is Alexandria. The Valley Cubs get the number 1 seed. Whitney Welch's team is 18-10 overall in the season, but they're 5-0 in the county. And, of course, being undefeated in the county got Alexandria the edge. Again, when you talk about Alexandria, you got to talk about McKinley Cooper, right? Aaron Spradley, Cassidy Hartsfield, Caden Pritchett. You got to talk about, of course, Shelby Morris, Charlie Paris, Landry Patterson, Sophie Martin, Callie Hess. All of these players that we talked about are top performers for them. But I think it all centers around Aaron Spradley, who will be the first D1 player straight out of high school under Coach Whitney Welch. Aaron Spradley is the anchor of this team. She is super talented, and she is a big reason that they are the number 1 seed. The number 2 seed is the Oxford Yellow Jackets. Coach Wendy McKibben's team is 22-6 on the season. They're 5-1 overall. They fell to Alexandria in their lone meeting, but they were missing a starter that night. So that is certainly something to keep an eye on for Oxford in a rematch between these two teams. For Coach Wendy McKibben's team, look, I really like Peyton Brooks and what she brings to this team, but not just, of course, Peyton Brooks and the talented player that she is, but you got to talk about Ava Thomas, right? You got to talk about Dalen Bozeman, Talia Powell, Malia Prince, Presley Reese, Jaslyn Montgomery. A lot of really, really talented players for Oxford. And the number 3 seed is the Ohatchee Indians. Look, they're 19-4 on the season. They're 7-1 within the county. Rebecca Hughes has as talented of a team as she has probably had at Ohatchee, to be completely honest with you. And a lot of people go, well, Namath, Jordan Crook was as good of a player as you were going to get. That's right, but I think they're more complete in terms of depth because it starts with Alana Fitch, right, and Rebecca Henderson. I think those two and Savannah Reese stick out, but Brett Finn, Kate Ryan, Emily Riddle, Ayla Crook, Bailey Fowler, Greenlee Orman, so many really talented players. And this is a team that got a big win over one of my top 5 teams, Westbrook Christian. Ohatchee's a top 5 team for me. They got a win over them in area earlier this week. Now, one thing to keep an eye on is Glencoe in this area. They're not in Calhoun County, but they did beat Westbrook yesterday, so something to keep an eye on is Glencoe. But again, I really like Ohatchee. I think they're a team that you need to keep an eye on in the county tournament because them and Oxford would be one heck of a game. Number 4 is Anna Taylor's Donahoe Falcons. Look, Sam Wakefield and Riles Jones, Kate Williman, those 3 right there, Callie Taylor, 4 if you want to add them, are just 4 veterans that are so good. And then, look, you talk about Bentley Plowman, really good player, Alana Maldonado, Lindsay Brewer, Anna Kate Whitson. There's a lot of talent for this team, and I don't even think I mentioned Ava Michaels. So, really talented team. Donahoe's, just again, guys, we're talking about, 1 through 6 here is so strong. Piedmont's not bad at 7. The 1 through 6, are so strong. Donahoe, Coach Taylor, just love Coach Taylor. Great person. She's got a great team. Number 5 is Jennifer Mann's Pleasant Valley Raiders. Look, you got to talk about getting Ella Paris back healthy. Okay, so you talk about, also, by the way, Donahoe 19-8 on the season, 6-2 in county. Pleasant Valley's 5-11 and 1-2 in county. But I don't think they've even come close to what they're going to be and probably the peak they're going to hit at the end of the year. Getting Ella Paris back healthy is going to help them. Lily Henry's one of the best players in the county, one of the best players in the state. Madison Schwabe's good. And they've got some young players too. Ellie Patterson, Kaylee Almerode. So they've got some really talented players that I like for Coach Mann's team. Number 7 is the Piedmont Bulldogs. Piedmont is 9-6 on the season. They are 5-1 in county though. And I like when you talk about Piedmont, you got to talk about the brothers, sisters, right? It starts with them, Kayla brothers and Casey brothers. But they have some talented players outside of them, like Carson Young, Melanie Studdard, Amaya Thomas, Adeline Bailey, Allie Haynes. Piedmont is better. I called it before the season started. I told you guys I thought Piedmont was going to be better this year, and they are. I'll tell you another team that's been really good. You got to talk about Coach Lewis's Weaver Bearcats. Weaver has been solid, and they are right in the mix for a potential 2 seed in that area in 3A Area 9 with Donahoe right there in Welborn. They're in the mix for an appearance at regionals, I think. And Weaver is 14-6 on the season. They're 6-5. And when I think about Weaver, it starts with Allie Anderson, but they've got good players outside of her. Ainsley Montgomery, Maddie Deck, Gracie Duncan, Kimora Miles, J.D. Hatton Rivera, Bailey Hodges, Chloe Collison. So solid team under Coach Lewis, who's having a really good season up to this point. They are the number 8 seed. Again, I'm as high on the 9 seed and the 10 seed as anybody because I think Faith Christian has really good talent. I love Coach James at White Plains. They're going to continue to get better and be talented. I look at White Plains, right? You look at the talent they have. I think Leighton Arnold's kind of the first person that comes to my mind when you talk about White Plains and you talk about what the Wildcats are capable of doing. And I think, again, I don't even think they've come close to kind of figuring out what they're going to be as a team. I don't think they've come close to hitting their stride in terms of success. So I think White Plains is a team that is going to continue to get better and is certainly someone that we need to keep an eye on. I would not dismiss them because of their start to the season. They're, of course, 11-18, 3-6 in county. But again, I wouldn't look at that and just go, they're just not good, because I disagree with that. I think Coach has just got to get this thing shaping into his culture. Again, it's only year number 2. A lot of people think it just happens overnight. It doesn't. A lot of times people say year number 3 is where you really start to see the fruit. And this is a team that already made regionals last year. So, again, I think they're going to be good. And I think it's just a matter of putting it all together. But I'm going to continue to stay high on them. And Leighton Arnold's the first person that stands out to me. Faith Christian's number 10. Look, the Lions are solid, guys. Serenity Pate, Cheyenne Rice, Anna Kate Robertson with her assist, Annie Reichert, Kaysen, and Coley Cronin. This is a really solid team. I'll tell you what, as a 10 seed, you better be careful because that number 7 seed is going to have one heck of a game. Piedmont is going to have a hard time with Faith Christian. 11 is Brenda Vincent's Wellborn Panthers. This is a team that made the state tournament a year ago. They're really good. Look at them. I'll look at Wellborn. I'll look at Hannah Grubbs, Macy Maxwell, Deanna Rodriguez, Bentley and Braylon Bean, Cassidy Gray, and Libby Smith. I like Wellborn. I think they're going to be good again down the stretch. Them and Weaver right there competing for that 2 spot. JCA's 12. Miss Lee is a great player for JCA. Sachs is 13. And Anniston is 14. All right, so that is the seedings. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to take a look at the brackets. We're going to break them down. So don't go away. We'll be right back as we continue on the locker room on this Thursday afternoon.
Barrett Body Shop has moved to its new location on Highway 431 in Alexandria. Barrett has been delivering top-notch collision repair in Calhoun County since 2000. Our skilled team restores your vehicle to pre-accident condition with a commitment to quality and safety. Choose Barrett Body Shop for honest, reliable service.
Come see Big Woody at Big Woody's Tires on Highway 202 in Anniston. You can't miss the orange and black shop that offers you the toughest tires that keep you safe and comfortable no matter where your journey leads you. Big Woody's Tires on Highway 202 in Anniston, the orange and black shop. Call Big Woody today at 256-236-3475. We are back on the locker room on this Thursday afternoon talking the Calhoun County Volleyball Tournament, which will be here in October, but yesterday they released the seeds. So I went ahead and broke down the bracket a little bit and made some individual graphics we're going to take a look at. So let's just get right into it. And let's start with the first game, which features the Walter Wellborn Panthers, the number 11 seed, going head-to-head against Anniston, the number 14 seed. Again, Wellborn this season 4-11 overall, 2-7 in county. Anniston, we don't have anything on them. But again, for Wellborn, you talk about Hannah Grubbs, Macy Maxwell, Deanna Rodriguez, Bentley Bean, Braylon Bean, Cassidy Gray, and Libby Smith. I do think Wellborn's going to win this game. The winner of this game between Wellborn and Anniston will go head-to-head with Jacksonville. So Wellborn and Anniston will play at 10:30 a.m. on October 5th at Alexandria. The winner of that will play at noon against Jacksonville. We talk about Jacksonville, guys. Talk about Coach Russell's team. You got to talk about Sydney Soriano, Cameron Stone, Maya Swain, Nyla Holt, Chloe Henderson, Alexis Phillips, Reese Rollins, Amani Roberts, Ontaria Braxton, Lacey Barnes. This is a really deep team with a lot of depth. So I think Wellborn's going to beat Anniston, and I think, though, Jacksonville will probably get the best of this winner between whoever meets. All right, next up, Piedmont. The Bulldogs will go head-to-head with Faith Christian, and, of course, Piedmont, the number 7 seed. Faith Christian's the number 10 seed. These two teams will meet at noon at Alexandria on October 5th. Again, we talk about Piedmont, Kayla Brothers, Casey Brothers, Carson Young, Melanie Studdard, Amaya Thomas, Adeline Bailey, Allie Haynes. Talk about Faith Christian, Coach Moloch's team. Serenity Pate, Cheyenne Rice, Anna Kate Robertson, Annie Reichert, Kaysen, and Coley Cronin. They have a lot of depth and are really good. And again, I don't think either one of these teams have hit their stride yet. Now, the winner of Piedmont and Faith Christian will go head-to-head against the number 2 seed, Oxford. That game will be at 3 p.m. So Oxford, the number 2 seed, Coach Wendy McKibben's team, who, of course, again, we talked about Ava Thomas, Peyton Brooks, Malia Prince, a lot of really, really talented players. They await the winner of this game. So, again, let's talk a little bit more about this Oxford team, though, because I think when you talk about Coach McKibben's team, they came out hot. They started the season strong. You got players like Dalen Bozeman and Erilyn Poole, Jasmine Montgomery, Presley Reeves. Everybody knows about Peyton Brooks. Everybody knows about Ava Thomas, Malia Prince, and what they're doing. But these are other players around them that make this a complete team that I think has a chance to win the county tournament. Between Piedmont and Faith, I'm actually going to lean Faith Christian, although I could see this one going either way. I do think, though, that Oxford will get the best of whoever wins this game between Piedmont and Faith. All right, let's talk about the next one, Jacksonville Christian Academy and Sachs, two teams that have really struggled this season so far. JCA gets the 12 seed. Sachs is the 13 seed. They'll meet at noon on October 5th at Alexandria. Just not a lot to say on these two teams. They're still trying to find their way, of course, but I like who Jacksonville Christian has in Lee. She's a great player. Regardless, I do think that JCA will probably, I don't know, this could be a coin flip. I don't know who's going to win this one. Either way, I think Pleasant Valley, Coach Mann's team is going to get the best of the winner. And again, you talk about Coach Mann's team, it all starts with Lily Henry, Ella Paris, Madison Schwabe. Those are the three that run this team. They are the engine that goes. They're the gas that keeps it afloat. If they run out of gas, Pleasant Valley's in trouble. Again, losing Ella Paris didn't help them. If they were to lose her again, or Lily Henry, or Madison Schwabe, they're going to be in trouble. But I still believe they're still my favorite to win Class 2A, even though they've been really, really banged up so far this season. But Pleasant Valley waits the winner of JCA and Sachs, and Pleasant Valley is the number 5 seed in the Calhoun County tournament. All right, how about Weaver and White Plains, number 8 versus number 9? Again, we talked about Weaver a minute ago. We talked about Allie Anderson, right? That's the first person that comes to mind to me when you talk about Weaver, is Allie Anderson. I think she really kind of leads this team personally. But there's other players outside of her that are really good as well. I think you got to talk about what they've been able to do. They've won probably a couple games that people didn't really think they would win, right? I mean, like I know they already beat Welborn in a tournament this season. That's a big win. But, you know, outside of Allie, Ansley Montgomery, Chloe Collison, Stevie McGinnis, Grayson Duncan, Kamora Miles, J.D. Hatton Rivera, Bailey Hodges, really gritty team. They play hard. They don't give up. And so they're not going to be an easy out. And they're going to go head-to-head with White Plains to kick things off. And again, I like White Plains. I like the culture that Coach Clendenon's trying to build. Of course, it takes time. Most of the time, it's year 3 before you really start to see that fruit come, like we mentioned a minute ago. But this is a team that, you know, have had their ups and downs. But ultimately, I like what he's building. I think it's interesting. Coach Clendenon, I remember the first time we ever met, he was actually a junior high volleyball coach at Weaver. So now I get to see him play Weaver in the county tournament. That's pretty cool right there. So, again, I like, I think Leighton Arnold's probably the leader of this team. Of course, she's super mega talented, really good at volleyball, really good at softball. But the winner of this game, though, is going to have a tough out because they're going to have to go play Alexandria. And I'll be honest with you, I wouldn't want to play Alexandria. White Plains already played them once, played them tonight. So they've already seen them in their area opponents. So to have to play again in the area tournament, you know, it sucks. But you would rather play them than not get to play them, right? So, but the winner of Donahoe and White Plains will go head-to-head with the number 1 seed, which is Alexandria. And again, when we talk about Alexandria, guys, there's so many players that you can point out for them. It starts with Aaron Spradley, but McKinley Cooper, Cassidy Hartsfield, Caden Pritchett, Landry Patterson, Shelby Morris, Charlie Paris, Sophie Martin, Callie Hess. They're all really, really talented. So Alexandria gets the winner, White Plains and Weaver. I think White Plains will get the best of Weaver in a close one, and I think Alexandria will get the best of White Plains. All right, Ohatchee. Coach Rebecca Hughes' team, so talented. I mean, we've already talked about them today. I mean, look, Rebecca Henderson, Alana Fitch, Emily Riddle, Brett Finn, Savannah Reeves, Kate Ryan, Ayla Crook, Bailey Fowler. They are so good. And Ohatchee awaits the winner of Jacksonville, who awaits the winner of Welborn-Anniston. So the winner of Welborn-Anniston will play Jacksonville, and then the winner of that will play Ohatchee. And then I believe the final one is, the Donahoe Falcons, Anna Taylor's team. Of course, she has a really talented team too, veteran team. And it all goes behind Sam Wakefield. She's the first person. Riles Jones, Kate Williman, Ava Michaels, Bentley Palman, Chloe Melton, Alana Maldonado, Lindsay Brewer, Anna Kate Whitson. And so really talented team. You got to, of course, talk about Coach Taylor's daughter, another great player for Donahoe as well. So Donahoe awaits the winner of course, Pleasant Valley, who awaits the winner of JCA and Sachs. And it's always great when these teams meet on the court because Donahoe and Pleasant Valley used to have some battles. And again, you got to talk about Callie Taylor, great player for Donahoe. But it's going to be, I think PV beats the winner of JCA and Sachs, and then Donahoe and PV will play. It'll be interesting. Last time these two teams played, Ella Paris got hurt right before they played. So with a healthy Ella Paris, does that change the outcome of this game? We'll see. I don't want to pick a winner on this one because I really like Coach Taylor and I really like Coach Mann. So I'm going to keep it neutral on this one. All right, that is the Calhoun County bracket right there. But we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk about the ASWA football rankings. Don't go away. We'll be right back as we continue on the locker room. Come see Big Woody at Big Woody's Tires on Highway 202 in Anniston. You can't miss the orange and black shop that offers you the toughest tires that keep you safe and comfortable no matter where your journey leads you. Big Woody's Tires on Highway 202 in Anniston, the orange and black shop. Call Big Woody today at 256-236-3475.
Barrett Body Shop has moved to its new location on Highway 431 in Alexandria. Barrett has been delivering top-notch collision repair in Calhoun County since 2000. Our skilled team restores your vehicle to pre-accident condition with a commitment to quality and safety. Choose Barrett Body Shop for honest, reliable service. For over 60 years, Oxford Lumber has been servicing our area, and our customer service has always been our main focus. Our customer service is what sets us apart from anyone else. From the moment you enter, our highly trained staff will treat you like family.
To enthusiastically provide total customer satisfaction within a positive and self-fulfilling employee relations environment. Visit us at any of our 4 locations or at oxfordlumber.com.
Since 1993, WM Grocery has been a major part of our local community. WM offers the very best in fresh produce and an outstanding meat department. WM also has many local products not found anywhere else and fresh sushi every day. If you need an event catered, come see Mrs. K at any WM store. Curbside pickup is also available for your online grocery orders. Be sure to download the WM app for all the deals of the week and shopper rewards. Go check them out today at any of their locations.
We take pride in our community and appreciate your business.
For metal buildings in Alabama and the Southeast, Waldrop Manufacturing is your one-stop source. A Waldrop metal building provides the coverage and protection your investments need. They specialize in carports, RV covers, portable buildings, and storage buildings. Stop paying rent for storage. With Waldrop's price per foot, you can actually save money by buying straight from the manufacturer. Waldrop buildings are guaranteed because Waldrop manufactures buildings with U.S. steel right here in Calhoun County. Waldrop Manufacturing, serving the entire Southeast. Give them a call today.
We are back on the locker room on this Thursday afternoon. We have been talking the Calhoun County Volleyball Tournament. I want to remind you to hit that like and follow button on our East Alabama Now page so that you don't miss the locker room. We're here 5 days a week, Monday through Friday at 5 p.m. Also, our East Alabama Now news is tonight at 6:30 p.m. Mike Stedham and Katie Edwards have your local news. John Holder has your weather and sports tonight, but Jordan Smith will be back tomorrow. All right, let's go ahead and go to our ASWA rankings for this week. Let's take a look at Class 7A. And starting in Class 7A, the number 1 team in Class 7A is Central Phoenix City. They are 4-0, and they got all more votes than anybody. For number 1, they had 18 first-place votes. Number 2 is Auburn, who's 4-0 on the season. Number 3 is Thompson. They're 3-1. 4 is Carver Montgomery, who's 4-0. 5 is Hoover. They're 3-1 on the season. 6 is Enterprise. They're 3-1 on the season. 7 is Hewitt-Trussville, who's 3-1 on the season. Mary Montgomery is 8. They're 3-1 on the season. Austin is 9. They're 3-0. And Dothan sits at number 10. They are 2-2. Let's move to Class 6A. Talk about Class 6A at number 1 and 6A at Saraland. They're 4-0. They had 13 first-place votes. Parker, who's number 2, did have 5 first-place votes. They're also 4-0 on the season. Clay Chalkville's 3. They're 4-0. Spain Park's 4. They're 3-0. Oxford's 5. They're 4-0. And again, I just don't understand it. Muscle Shoals is 6 and Gadsden City 7. But Gadsden City beat Muscle Shoals head-to-head. Make it make sense. It doesn't. But regardless, Muscle Shoals is 3-1. Lone loss to Gadsden City. Gadsden City 7. Their lone losses to Hewitt-Trussville. Mountain Brook is 8. Big game between Mountain Brook and Oxford this week. I think probably the biggest game Sam Adams has had since he's been at Oxford up to this point. Mountain Brook is 3-1. Homewood is 9. They're 4-0 on the season. And Hartselle, who is 2-1, is number 10 in Class 6A. In Class 5A, number 1 is Gunnersville, the Wildcats. Shout out to the Gunnersville Wildcats. They're my granddad's alma mater. They're 4-0 on the season. They had 12 first-place votes. Montgomery Catholic is 2nd, who's 4-0. They had 5 first-place votes. And Central Clay County is 3rd. They're 4-0 on the season. They had 1 first-place votes. Leeds is 4th, or 1 first-place vote, pardon me. Leeds is 4th. They're 4-0. Fairview is 5th. They're 3-0. Viger is 6th. They're 4-0. Scottsboro is 7. They're 4-0. Moody is 8. They're 2-2. Corner is 9. They're 4-0. And Williamson is 10. They're 4-0. So I look at these rankings. Number 10 is undefeated. Number 9 is undefeated. 7's undefeated. 6 is undefeated. 5's undefeated. 4's undefeated. 3's undefeated. 2's undefeated. 1. So every team except Moody in the 5A rankings is undefeated. Something to keep an eye on there. All right, let's move to Class 4A. Number 1 in 4A is Jackson. The Aggies are 3-1. They had 18 first-place votes. Pleasant Grove is 2. They're 2-1. Cherokee County is 3. They're 3-1. Bibb County is 4. They're 3-1. West Morgan is 5th. They're 4-0. Mobile Christian is 6th. They're 2-1. St. Michael is 7. They're 4-0. Anniston is 8. They're 2-1. Booker T. Washington out of Tuskegee is 9. They're 3-0 on the season. And Opp is number 10. The Bobcats are 3-0. All right, let's move to Class 3A. T.R. Miller sits at number 1 with 11 votes. They're 4-0. Mars Hill Bible had 3 votes. They're number 2. They're 4-0 on the season. Fife is 3. They're 2-1 on the season. They had 3 first-place votes. Piedmont had 1 first-place vote. They're 3-0. Thomasville is 4-0 and sits at number 5. Gordo is 3-1. They sit at 6. Trinity's 3-1. They sit at 7. Glenwood is 4-0. They're 8. And then Geraldine and Winfield were both tied for 9. It says 9-10, but they're both tied for 9. Geraldine is 2-1, and Winfield is 3-1 on the season so far. In Class 2A, number 1 is Pisgah. Pisgah's 3-0. They got 17 first-place votes. Highland Home got 1 first-place vote. They're 4-0. Tuscaloosa Academy's 3. They're 4-0. Cottonwood's 4. They're 4-0. Coosa Christian is 5. They're 3-1. Here's another thing that doesn't make sense to me. Last week, Coosa Christian, I believe, was ahead of Cottonwood. Coosa Christian had a dominating win. How do you fall behind a team after a dominating win? Make it make sense. It doesn't. It doesn't matter. Pisgah right now looks like the favorite. I'm all in on Coosa Christian. I still think Mark O'Brien's team is the team that's going to be the last team standing in Class 2A. Vincent is 6. They're 3-0. Reeltown 7. They're 3-1. Goshen is 3-0 at number 8. Decatur Heritage is 2-1 at number 9. And Winston County, who's undefeated 4-0, currently sits at number 10. In Class 1A, Wadley sits at number 1. They had 16 first-place votes. They're 4-0. Leroy is 2. They're 3-1, had 1 vote. Brantley's 3. They had 1 vote. They're 3-0. Hackleburg is 4. They're 3-0. Maplesville is 5. They're 3-0. Spring Garden is 6. They're 4-0. Elba is at number 7. They're 2-2. Georgiana is at number 8. They're 3-1. Sweetwater is number 9. They're 1-2. And then Valley Head is number 10. Valley Head is 4-0. So that is your Class 1A rankings for ASWA. All right, I just wanted to quickly run through those rankings. The bulk of our show today was Calhoun County Volleyball Tournament. Hey, we want to thank you for joining us. I hope you'll join us here tomorrow. We'll have highlights of Alexandria and White Plains Volleyball. They're in action tonight at White Plains. You'll hear from the winning coach. Tyler Schmidt is there. Hey, have a great evening. We'll see you back here tomorrow on The Locker Room.